Honourable Swart, the last supplementary question.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. May I leave my video off just for connectivity issues? The ACDP, like so many others, is deeply concerned about the high levels of corruption, particularly when public procurement accounts for a significant portion of government expenditure, nearly R1 trillion. The Zondo Commission was particularly scathing of corruption, where stated evidence received by the Commission demonstrates that in many cases, the boards of SOEs have shirked their responsibilities, or worse, used their powers to corrupt the SOEs, which they've been appointed to protect. The collective misconduct, he pointed out, was evidenced by an abuse of centralized procurement processes. Does the Honourable Minister believe that the provisions in the Public Procurement Act and the draft regulations will sufficiently remedy the shortcomings relating to procurement corruption highlighted by Judge Zondo, and if so, in what way? Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker.
The Honourable Minister.
Let me start with the judgment of Judge Madlanga in the Supreme Court in the Constitutional Court. Judge Madlanga said two things. The Constitution gives you power to make legislation. You can then, through regulations, you make yourself a bad law, and then through regulations trying to circumvent that. First, you are wrong. He's telling me there's means of finance. The second thing Judge Madlanga says, he says, each organ of state, not treasury, each organ of state must have its own procurement policy operating within the guidelines set out by Treasury. That's what Treasury does, sets norms and standards. That's what Treasury does. And each organ of state must then have its own procurement policies. It's quite important, that distinction, because every now and again when something happens, whether it's in Tembisa Hospital or elsewhere, people ask where Treasury is. The third point I want to make, if people want to flout Treasury regulations, they will. Let me give you an example of what's happening now. The threshold for no big tenders, is 500,000. What then people do, they issue a tender for 499,000. It's less than 500,000. And then they split, even if it's a 1.5 tender, into 3 tenders. And it's given to friends. Mind you, people like to say it's politicians. Go into this report of the SIU and look who are the people who are doing these things. It's just junior official. And they linked up then with this syndicate outside.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. The time has expired.